Well, you know how they say that first impression lasts longer. One of the ways to leave a long-lasting impression is by dressing to look the part. Hello and welcome to SME Hub. My name is Omobolanle Adeshi. Today we'll delve into the world of men's fashion, and we will be doing that after this break.
The Nigerian fashion business is booming, and it doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. Rising internet broadband access, the ease with which young people can buy their favorite fashion style online, and unquestionably rising income levels are all elements that have been recognized as contributing to the industry's rise. Fashion is a breath of fresh air, full of liberty, ease, style, and self-assurance. Nigeria's GDP in 2020 was $432.2 billion. The fashion industry is worth $1 trillion. The Nigerian fashion industry has risen in size and complexity over the last decade, gaining international interest. The textile, apparel, and footwear sector have grown at an average of 17% each year since 2010, according to GDP data from the National Bureau of Statistics (NBS). This development has been fueled in part by increased demand, but it has also been fueled in part by unrivaled activities that continue to propel Nigeria into the global fashion spotlight. The worldwide fashion business is valued at more than $2.5 trillion, with Africa accounting for less than 1% of that amount. According to Euromonitor, the sub-Saharan African fashion sector is approximately $31 billion, with Nigeria contributing 15%, which is $4.7 billion. Despite having nearly 4 times the populace of South Africa, Nigeria's proportion is significantly lower. Rather than focusing on market size, Nigeria will be best placed by addressing issues along the value chain, from farmers and textile mills that supply raw materials to production, marketing, and logistics.
All right, thank you for joining us again as we delve into the world of men's fashion. And joining me is the brand owner, Tailor Loran, TLR Couture, and that is Folami Abiodun Kazim. Thank you for joining us on the show.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so tell us, the name Tailor Loran, I remember back then on campus, we used to joke about custom-made outfits, call them Tailor Loran. What exactly informed you naming your outfit Tailor Loran?
Actually, it all started like I was in my cousin's house, and the name actually used to be Folams because my name is Folami Abiodun Kazim. So it used to be like Folams Bespoke Shirt Makers. We used to make shirts before. I never used to make kaftans before. So I make shirts and I make suits before. So
formal wears.
Formal wears, that's what I actually make before then. All of a sudden, one day, I think I was in my cousin's house and we got talking about this old fashion thing, and everything was like, but why do you have to actually associate your name, like your own personal name, with your brand? Like, why can't you just stand out from your brand, like your name stands and your brand stands? And like, okay, like YSL, you say Loran, like DNG, Dolce & Gabbana. And I wanted to just try something different. I said, okay, what about like Tailor Loran, something African, like people can actually relate with. Do you understand? And I'm like, okay, if you say Tailor Loran, very nice, it's good. But you know, everybody can actually pronounce Tailor Loran because it's actually Tailor Loran, like an African, like Yoruba. Do you understand? I was like, okay, then we brought out TLR for people who can actually pronounce it.
Interesting.
That's how the old Loran.
So what's the acceptability like? The name?
The name.
Yes.
Seriously, a lot of people actually accept it. But people don't really pronounce Loran. They know me as TLR.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And most people are always curious to know the meaning of TLR, like of Tailor Loran, and I explained to them like Tailor made it. Like,
no, I've always known it. Back then on campus, we used to joke about it.
No, do you know? It's just like Cobbler Loche, just like Cobbler.
Cobbler
did it.
I've never heard that one before.
Oh, Cobbler Loche. So TLR is
that's CLS. Cobbler Loche.
Cobbler, yeah, they understand. And TLR, Tailor Loran. A lot of people, like, okay, Tailor Loran. They really, people do ask me the meaning, and I explain to them. When I ask them, they're like, they're amazed. And
it's captivating.
A lot. And most times when people actually pass, they don't even come in because of the designs. I won't lie to you, they come because of the name.
The name.
The pronunciation is unique. So they come in like, I like your name, I like what you do. When it comes to like, wow, this is beautiful, I like it.
All right. So you've been doing this for over 19 years
19
now.
and a half years.
So tell us, how was it when you were starting and what's it like right now? What are some of the improvements, the lessons you've learned over time?
When I started, then we didn't have access to funds.
Actually,
back then
there was no internet.
There wasn't internet. Social media was not like the way it is now. And I was so keen into this fashion thing then, and there was not adequate manpower then to actually give out what I want to, do you understand? And we didn't have access to some fabrics, because at times you want to create something, but because you don't have access to these fabrics, how do you create this thing? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it was really difficult.
So how did you scale through? What were the options you used?
Like I always tell people, like in fashion, then how I scaled through was any money I make, I put it back in the business. Both my profits I make and everything, I put it back into the business.
Okay.
I wasn't saving that. I was just pumping back everything into the business.
Yeah, so how did you get your capital? You said you started while you were on campus.
Yes,
I'm interested in how you were able to merge that everything with your education.
Oh, that's a lot of talk you
have we have to have that talk, because a lot of people are out there watching who are also on campus and they want to do something like that.
Okay, I used to make shirt before, then all of it. This I used to do before. Like I used to make, there's this thing they call we tailors. I don't know, I've forgotten that name. There's one slang, there's a name they actually call them. I think hustlers or something. Like, you don't have a shop, you don't have a specific shop, you don't have tailors, but this is what you have. Like, I go and meet A to get his clothes from A to get clothes. So I come and market my product to A, then I get money from you. Then I go to the market and buy the fabrics. Then I take it to B that has a shop, that has the manpower to actually make it. So I pay B, I buy the fabric, I pay B to make it. Then B gives it, I pay C. I'm B, I'm the middleman here.
Okay.
I go to A to get the fabric. I go to A to market my products to him. Then
A is the buyer.
A is the buyer.
Okay.
Then I buy the fabric, then I take it to C to make it for me. Then I take it back from C and deliver it to A. That means I'm not paying any shop rent, and I'm not buying anything. I just get money.
You're also not doing the work because you're not sewing.
Yeah, because I'm not sewing. That's how it all started.
So when did you learn the sewing itself?
It's sewing. Okay, there was a major time I was so keen into it. I was interested in it then. Then I had an issue like with the person who actually taught me this fashion thing. I had an issue with him, so we meshed, like we had to collaborate together. Like I had to bring in some funds because I was able to save a lot. Then so now it was not longer his store again. It was between me and him. So we were sharing. So I brought some manpower. Why he did some manpower. So I was bringing jobs in together. That's how we were able to actually work together.
So at what point did you decide, okay, I have to now go into this full-fledged
fashion? I think when I almost like in my training level.
Okay, so you did it for about a year.
I did for like
the middleman thing.
The middleman thing. I did the middleman thing for like a year. And let's say like my training level, I was like, okay, I'm really going to go into fashion. So by the time I finished school, I was not even going to do anything. So I just went full-fledged into fashion. Like I did fashion.
Okay, so you know how it is that on campus students want free things and
all
of that, friends, family. How did you draw that line that at this point you have to pay? You know how they say that businesses grow when families and friends paying for services rendered. Okay,
what I did back then was because money I actually charged lecturers was different from money I actually charged my mates, my colleagues, because my colleagues actually when they actually wait and they go out, back then on campus they go to clubs, their club parties and everything, they do awards night and everything. So I was always giving them discounts. So actually, where some of them they make 2 and I give them 1 for free.
Okay.
And whenever I'm giving them this clothes, I actually put flyers in it. So they actually help me market it and talk about it. I still went to Unilag. I went to Epic Campus. Did a lot of marketing like that. So if you're making 1, I give you 1 extra free, just for it to like more, so you can actually talk about.
Yes,
the
but
brand.
how did you deal with those entitlement lords? Those who would feel like you should be able to make this for me for free.
Nah, I didn't do anything for free for anybody back then in school.
Yeah.
I can only say, I don't know. It was kind of like a bit difficult, but there was a way I was always
drawing the line.
Like the only thing I could do back then was giving discounts, because there was practically no money in the business back then. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? There was no money in the business back then, so I don't expect you. Are you telling me you want me to use my own money to do something for free? The best I could do was to just give you a discount.
Nice outfit you're wearing, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Where do you get your fabrics from?
Fabrics, Turkey, Dubai.
So are you saying we don't have those fabrics here in Nigeria?
You have the fabrics here in Nigeria, but it depends on the standard. It depends on what you're creating. Depends on your clientele. Depends on what you're giving to your clients.
Okay, so you don't patronize Nigerian markets?
I patronize Nigerian markets, but most times I patronize Dubai and Turkey.
So what are the things you look out for before you create a design?
Create a design. It depends. I do a lot of research, and I make sure I'm not copying other people's research. I make sure I'm not advancing on your own design. I make sure I'm not trying to copy your design or doing something similar to your design. No, I just do a lot of research on my own and create my own designs, and I go through it over and over again. I have a team. Whenever I create a design, we come around and look at it. It's like, okay, this design is good, and we look at the best fabric, the color that actually suits it, and then the model is actually going to wear it and bring out the beauty of this design.
So did you learn the color combination and all of that? We know that a lot of men are colorblind. No offense, men, but you know how it is.
I know it is, yes.
Yeah. So did you go to learn how to merge colors and how to understand?
Actually, I didn't. I just do a lot of research, and I watch a lot of movies and watch a lot of fashion shows. And I see there's some colors are actually basic, some are loud, some are like it's just like, say you have an evening, like an evening dinner, so you should know what you want to wear. It should be something subtle, something not really loud and more pronounced. You know what I'm trying to say? Something really calm. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I watch a lot of events, and I go to places and I see the way people actually dress. So I do things like that. And I travel a lot.
Okay.
So it helps me. Each time I travel, I go to all these stores and I see their color combination. I see how they put things together. I saw one of recent and I was amazed, like royal blue and green. Really nice.
Okay.
Really, really nice.
What kind of green?
Like Nigerian green.
Nigerian green.
Nigerian green.
Okay.
Royal blue and Nigerian green. Really amazing color. Trust me. So, and I did a lot of research.
That's
basically
strange for men, though. For a man to understand how to blend that.
Colors, yes.
Yeah.
But most men are actually really not loud. They like it very clean and reserved and subtle. That's how they like it.
Do you like it reserved?
I like it reserved.
Okay, so let's talk about your staff. You talked about your team just now. What's the value chain like? What are the job opportunities you've created with this business?
Okay, now, in the beginning, it was just me and the sales, me and the workers. Obviously, I can't run the business on my own. You need a team.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? Then, you know, as the business becomes big, as it expands, you employ more workers. Like, before it was just me. I was doing the finishing, I was doing the delivery. Then it came in with workers, like tailors that come in. I was still doing the finishing and all of that. Do you understand? But as time goes on, like, you have to actually break in. There have to be departments for everybody. Do you understand? So we have to create some other department. Like now we have secretaries, I have a floor manager, I have a factory manager, I have sales boys who actually does the finishing, and I have a quality control manager actually checks all the product before actually going out to make sure there's no mistake.
What does it entail? The quality control?
The quality control, detailing, measurement, detailing, make sure everything is perfect. The design is exactly what customer actually demanded for, and make sure the trays are well aligned. Do you understand? Make sure the button holes are neat. Make sure the buttons is the right button you're actually using on the fabric. Do you understand? Make sure this is the particular design I actually chose. And more importantly, the measurements. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, he wants his chest to be this, and that's what you're actually giving to him. We're in a situation whereby you deliver these clothes to the customer and it's bringing back like it's too tight and everything. So by that, we actually created this job opportunity for these people. We didn't have this before. Yes, it's a bit high to actually pay them, but at the same time, trust me, it's better because it keeps business moving and smooth.
I like the fact that you actually pay attention to details, and that's where the quality control system comes in. But let's talk about customers. Have you had situations where a customer didn't get his or her need, or rather this is just his needs met when it comes to outfits and all of that? How do you handle that kind of situation, or haven't you had that kind of situation?
I've had a lot of that.
So how do you handle it?
Back then it was because because of adequate manpower. At times we don't meet up with customers' time. A
lot of artisans actually find it difficult to meet up with time when it comes to credibility. So they tell you by tomorrow 5 p.m. come for your outfit, and then you get there at that time. They're just starting to cut.
Artisans. It is because some artisans some don't. I don't know. There are some jobs I don't collect.
Okay. Because
I can't meet up. At times, it's not even about the money. It's the respect for the business.
So how do you mitigate that?
Okay, let me give an example. Like during December time, some people paid some huge amount of money to my accounts because they wanted to make some suits. We agreed, like this is amount you're actually paying for so thing, and they didn't pay. Then after a month, I saw the money in my account, and I was not in Nigeria, I was in Dubai.
Okay.
And the guy was like, they needed it like in 2 weeks. I said I can't meet up. He said, please, do what I want to do, just help us and everything. I had to return their money back to them. It's not as if I could not do it. I would do it, but I put my workers under that stress. And when you put your workers under this stress, at times they don't get the best of them. And when it comes to customers, at times I'm not saying I don't disappoint. At times I disappoint, but I let you know. If I give you 2 weeks before I deliver, or a week before I deliver, when I see I'm not going to meet up, I put a call through to you straight, and I'm like, oh, something actually happened, and I don't think I can actually meet up with your clothes. So I think you should find another option. The customer might go ballistic on me, say all sort and everything, but the fact that I actually called you to tell you, say, can actually find an option B, instead of me calling you like 2 days before the event, or calling you on the event, or you come in and the day you need to use it and you don't get our clothes. So it's better I actually call you ahead. But we seldom actually do that.
But what do you think is the main challenge when it comes to mechanics, tailors, and a lot of artisans? As you said, you have talked about your own personal challenge, but generally, let's look at it holistically. What do you think is the main challenge when it comes to delivery and meeting up with timelines?
There's a lot. One, electricity. One, your machine can just spoil, can just damage. Do you understand? Like 2 weeks ago, my gen knocked. As repair with a huge sum of amounts.
And with the power issue we have in Nigeria, you have to depend on your generator. For like 3 days, yes, I had to rent a generator, like a big 60 kVA generator. This happened like 3 weeks ago. Do you understand? So for like 3 days, tailors in what? They didn't work, and there was no light. Sad.
It's sad.
So how were you able to deal with that? Handle it, especially with the works on ground.
With the works, yeah, because by the time we rented the gen, we were working day and night, which we wouldn't do. Normally we work day and night, like when it's festive period, when we have a lot of orders, but we had to, so we can cover for those days.
Lapses,
yes, that's what we did.
So tell us how much it costs to start a business or to run a place like this on the average.
On the average, that's a big question. It actually depends on what you're putting into the store. Depends on your fabrics and all of that. For something like this, when I started, then like when I opened this store, on this branch, then was, let's say 12 to 15 million. Yes.
Okay. That's on the average.
That's on the average. That is including the rent,
the fabrics, the rent,
and the renovations, and
the lighting, and all of that.
That was then. That was like 5 years ago.
So right about now, it will be costing about 20 million.
I don't know, more than that.
More than that, because of the drop in the value of the naira.
Way more than that.
So let's talk about delivery. How do you get your outfits or your products delivered
to my clients? Most times they use delivery companies.
Do you have in-house dispatch riders?
We have some people we use, some delivery companies we use, and they're very fast and reliable. Even on Sundays, they show up.
Okay, so what I think you look out for when you're recruiting your staff?
Recruiting my staff, you have to have first thing first is you need to have an idea about what fashion is, because it's a different word entirely. Yes, fashion speaks a lot. From your appearance, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, it speaks a lot. Forget what is in your head. It is the way you see, the way you dress, the what. they attend to you. That's one thing about fashion.
You'll be addressed the
way you're dressed. So fashion actually speaks it. So you need to have at least an understanding of what fashion is. Do you understand? Then if you are proactive, you I don't know, me, I'm a workaholic. I work from Monday to Saturday. And most people, when you're recruiting, they don't want to work from Monday to Saturday. But I have to tell them, you need to be very smart around me. I need to be very smart when it comes to this fashion business. Cause I like it when we're having a discussion. I'm having like a brainstorming. Session. I like it when I'm a brainstorming session. When I'm saying A, you're saying B, C, D. That's how I like it.
Okay.
So there are things I actually look out for in you.
So do you conduct like a test?
Yes, of course I do like a test. I do like an oral test too.
Okay. Do you also have like training sessions for your staff members?
My staff members, no. But we're going to start very soon.
Okay, so you were going to tell us the factors you consider in costing a suit.
Yeah, costing suit. Yeah, it depends. Like the lowest suits here we have, which is actually the ready to wear, is 100,000 naira. So the custom made one, the bespoke one, depends on the fabric you choose. Then we'll give you the cost of it because fabrics are different. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
So it's the fabric that determines how much it will cost?
The fabric and the design determines how much the bespoke one will cost.
Okay, so in this business, what are some of the challenges you face at present? Are there government policies that are not in your favor? What are the challenges you've been facing?
This business, like we are so good in this country. One thing I don't like is we don't have this room. Like we don't have this room to export our product out there. We're only known here. This part of the world.
But there are tailors who export their...
Yeah, not like that. You know Zara, don't you? You know other designers, don't you? Like, we don't have this, how should I put it, like, face out there. The government don't even support us.
But there are organizations like Fadan. I don't know if that is applicable to...
Yeah, I know Fadan. Fadan is like the fashion...
Yes. Yeah. Isn't that supposed to be a platform for
it's a platform, yeah, but
tailors to come together and put a face out there international?
Yes, everybody actually does that on their own. Like social media, it's just social media. Yes, but like opening like a store in London or in South Africa or something, let people know you, like go for fashion shows outside the country. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And how do people actually know you? Do you understand? By what you have actually done. Do you understand? But the government itself are actually even creating that platform for you people. Do you understand? Because it involves a lot of funds. Do you understand? Which I wouldn't say like how many people can actually pull that funds out of their pocket to say, okay, I want to do this. Individual. It has to be something organized by a certain group of people. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
And so it means that the tailors, people like you, have a role to play in that. You can form organizations, go for exhibitions,
but our mindsets are
create
different.
The platform yourself.
Yes, I know. I'm saying this because it's one of my own challenges.
Okay.
If you hear other people's challenges, it's a difference. Some people see one. It's a competition. It's a market. The market is so big. You know, the way I don't even see myself like. I don't see myself in Nigeria because Nigerian market now we have a lot of entrepreneurs like tailors in Nigeria. I want to be in Ghana. I want to be in Cote d'Ivoire.
So what's stopping you?
Funds.
Okay.
Stopping me, funds.
So you're saying the funds are not accessible.
Not
I know
accessible,
that
yes.
The Bank of Industry, we have the Bank of Agriculture, and they're doing enough in that regard.
They have, but you know what the demand for is way more.
Interest.
The interest and all
collateral.
of that is more. Do you understand?
Yeah. So talk to us about how you build your client base. How do you market your product?
Okay, this is what we do. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this on air, on TV.
Feel free.
Like when we do a new shoot, when we do like a new collection and everything, we send it to all our priority customers.
Okay.
They'll be the first people to actually see the new designs.
Who are your priority customers? How do they
people
earn
actually
that position?
Earn that position. Okay, like we look at the way you make clothes from us. Like maybe
how often?
How often you make clothes? Like at least twice in a month, you come to us. And you just don't make any kind of kaftan. You make like the high-end clothes from us. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Then we rate you as our priority customers. And you come at least twice a year. And again, some of them will come by referral. Some don't actually really make from us.
Okay.
Do you understand? But they keep referring people to us. You're actually part of them too. So when we have new products, new designs, we're actually sending these designs to you before we go public, before we go on social media. We can do that for like a month, so you can be the first to actually wear it, be the first to actually have this before we now go public.
Interesting. We have to wrap it up now, so I'd like you to speak to up-and-coming entrepreneurs who want to delve into this kind of business like you. Talk to them.
Young entrepreneurs right out there, I want you to focus on whatever you're doing, be prayerful, and never give up, and just keep working hard. That's it. It's not easy, but at the same time, just be prayerful. Your breakthrough is going to come someday, and whatever you do, just put in effort and effort and effort, because your breakthrough is around the corner.
It's a wrap on today's edition of SME Hub. A very big thank you to you, Falami Abiodun Kazim. Thank you so much for your time on SME Hub today.
You're welcome.
All right, I hope you've been able to learn one or two things. This is where we call it wraps on today's edition of the show. My name is Omobolanle Adeshi. Remember, you can catch us on all our socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as YouTube. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.